Hey folks, Ben Guyatt here. It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, but I feel like I have to do one today. And this is in regards to, do you remember a few years ago, there was a veteran of the Canadian Armed Forces in Alberta who stood up at a town hall and asked Prime Minister Trudeau why there wasn't enough money for veterans. And Trudeau's answer was he just didn't have that kind of money to help veterans. Pretty incredible. Now, consider that statement from Trudeau a few years ago. And the fact that we just found out the ArriveCan app that Trudeau and his government made at a minimum cost $60 million. But it's much more than that, but they can't give you an exact figure because of poor record keeping. Maybe I'll keep that in mind the next time I go to pay my taxes to the federal government. I'm pretty sure they'll let it slide if I tell them, I had crappy record keeping. This message is for anybody who voted for Justin Trudeau in the past and is contemplating voting Liberal again. I beg you, please get your head examined by a professional analyst. There's something wrong with you. Liberalism is a mental disorder. I actually believe that now. How could anyone be that vacuous to vote for Justin Trudeau again? This video could be 3 hours long if I listed all the things he's done wrong and how he's ruined this country. In a matter of 8 years, he's actually destroyed one of the freest, most prosperous nations on earth. He has to go. He has to be voted out. And anybody that voted NDP and you plan on voting NDP again, just remember who is in bed with the Liberals. It is the NDP. This has got to be the most frightening time in the history of this country, that one man and a handful of idiots would vote this guy back in. And I'm speaking mainly of Toronto. You know who you are. So here's what I hope happens, okay? If by some miracle Justin Trudeau manages to win again, which I don't think he will, but I wouldn't put it past him to fix the election. I really wouldn't. And let's remember something. I used to be a card-carrying Liberal. I gave money to the Liberal Party of Canada at one time. You know what wrecked it for me? Sheila Copps. Need I say more? The writing was on the wall then. Paul Martin was okay. I liked him. Jean Chrétien, no, crooked, just crooked. And Trudeau makes Chrétien look like an amateur, right? The way he has run this nation into the ground. Everything from the truckers to all the scandals, the ethics rules he's broken, the taxpayer-funded vacations, and now we find out $60 million was pissed away on an app that never worked and we didn't need it. Wouldn't that $60 million help the veterans? Wouldn't that help that gentleman from Alberta who lost a leg in Afghanistan fighting for this nation, fighting for freedom? How do you sleep at night, Liberals? What kind of drugs are you on? Are you the guys that are taking all the fentanyl? And by the way, have you noticed the tent cities? How many there are? Everywhere. Every city in this country, everywhere, there's a tent city. Thanks to Justin Trudeau and his inflation and printing more money. My cat understands basic economics 101. What is wrong with the people out there that see this, that continue to vote Liberal? You do have a disorder. You have a mental disorder. You need to see a psychiatrist right away. But here's what I think. If you continue to vote for Justin Trudeau, okay, and support him and vote him back in, here's what's going to happen to you, and I'm going to relish it. I hope you can't afford to put food on the table. I hope you can't afford to drive your SUV. I hope you can't afford to take your kids to extracurricular activities like soccer, hockey, whatever, because you cannot afford it. And I hope that you lose your home, because that is what you deserve. You deserve to live in a tent city so that you can remind yourself every day when you get up freezing your ass off because you lost your home thanks to Justin Trudeau and his crooked, he's a tyrant. And he knows nothing of what he's doing. He is so underqualified for this job. What is wrong with you? Give your head a shake. You're going to lose way more if you continue to support this guy. He's a clown. He's a fake. He's a fraud. And if you can't see that, Either you're mentally ill or you don't like to be able to afford the basics of life for you and your family. It's time to smarten up, you liberals out there. Smarten the hell up. Get your head out of your ass and look at the record of Justin Trudeau over 8 years and what he has done to this nation. I'm ashamed to be a Canadian under Justin Trudeau. You know what? I've actually bought property in another country because I'm not staying. I'm going to leave this country permanently because I don't even recognize it anymore. And I also am terrified of these people that are left-leaning morons who support this idiot. These are the same people. This is the Justin Trudeau we're talking about. He has to have tampons in all government buildings in the men's room. What? You don't have a vagina. You don't get a period. You don't need a tampon. I don't think if you think you're a box of hammers, you're a man or you're a woman, okay? And tampons in a men's room, in a government office, because you think you're a woman, what are you going to use it for? What is it for? You're going to put it in your purse and carry it around to add to the feeling that you think you're a woman? Again, I don't care what you think you are, but if you're a man wearing a dress and you use the men's room and there's a tampon waiting for you in there in case it's that time of the month, the only point of having a tampon in a men's washroom in a government building is if you run out of toilet paper and you need to shove it up your ass. And that's what I wish Justin Trudeau would do. And all you liberals out there, take a tampon, shove it up your ass. Maybe it'll scratch your brain and get some common sense into your thick head. That's all I've got for today. I'm so pissed off at anybody dumb enough to vote for Justin Trudeau and support the Liberal Party of Canada. You are ill. You're sick. You need help. Okay? And if he wins, God help us all. But hey, I don't care anymore because I'm leaving. That's it. That's all. I'll see you again.